How's it going, everyone? My name is McQ, welcome back to Toilet Talk. Now, I got a story for everyone that I'm not even sure if I'm really supposed to be telling because it might be illegal. And I say this because this event happened, which should have been in the news, but it wasn't. A couple years ago, my mom was working in her studio. She was a photographer and she took people's pictures. High school senior pictures, family pictures, all kinds of just pictures. Her studio was on the second floor of this building. The building was only just 2 stories, but it was on the top part of the building. And right next to her was this convenience store that was now out of business. And instead, they were going to put a bar where that convenience store was. And above that, there were just some studio apartments. Now, where this takes place is on the square in my hometown. So a lot of people go through there, and a lot of people just mull around doing their daily tasks, errands around on the square. And so many other people just pass through the square since it's literally the center of the town. One day, my mom gets a notice from the health inspection saying that they need to evacuate the area around the place that was the convenience store that was going to be turned into a bar. Obviously, they're inspecting it to make sure that it's food friendly, it can run a bar, and all those other types of things that make it available to run a bar-esque restaurant area. So no problem, my mom gets out of the area and just does whatever. She was only supposed to be gone away from that area for about a day, so no problem. I mean, you can do plenty of things within the span of the day to keep yourself occupied. Then another day passed, and then another, and then another, and then another. Finally, my mom asked, okay, what is going on here? This should only have taken a day. It's just a simple routine health inspection just to make sure the building is okay. Well, she was right about it being a regular health inspection. That was what the people came in to do. However, there was another team that came with the health inspectors on the later days. I don't exactly remember what team it was. I think it was like toxicity or something to do with cleaning up like nuclear messes or just like really bad infection odors stuff kind of things, like serious business kind of team. So why did this team get called in for a seemingly regular routine health inspection? So, my mom, being part of the square, asked around her neighbors to see if she could find any information on why this team was called. She finally heard that the original health inspection smelled a really bad odor, like rancid, horrible odor. And then the other team came in to do something, to clean up a nuclear mess, to clean up some horrible disease or fungus, perhaps? That's what me and my mom were thinking. But as it turns out, it wasn't some kind of nuclear problem, no nuclear spill. It wasn't a disease. It wasn't some kind of house fungus that was eating up the wood of the building. They found a decomposing body upstairs in one of the studio apartments. Apparently, it was an older gentleman who passed away in his sleep that everyone kind of forgot existed. The special team was called in because it was somewhat of not exactly a homicide, I don't know what you call it, but it was a death that they had to take care of, but it was so decomposed that they needed to bring a specialized cleanup team to clean that up. Just thinking about it kind of grosses me out, kind of makes me uneasy in the stomach. So this horrible smell that they smelled was a decomposing body that I think when they found it, it was already like 6 months decomposed or something like that. I don't remember the specifics, but it was bad enough where they needed to call a cleanup crew, a specialized cleanup crew, mind you, to take care of a decomposing body. And this body was potentially just decomposing next to my mom's studio. Like, there was probably this much of a wall between them. So that was ungodly terrifying. So a week passes and they clean everything up and they start renovating the building so they can put in their bar. My mom and I thought this was a crazy story and we really wanted to know about the old man that passed away. We were expecting some kind of news article about this decomposing body. Something on TV or the daily newspaper, any 3 of the daily newspaper. But there was nothing. Absolutely no article, no TV news report, nothing, nada, zilch. Nothing to tell us who this old man was. Now, normally I would think, oh, whatever, this is just, another case, and they probably have so many other things to do at the moment, but a decomposing body that's been in a studio apartment for about like 6 months, that's newsworthy. But yet, no news story came out of it. So why did nobody cover it? To this day, this story haunts me. I still have no idea why they wouldn't cover it. I can understand if they wanted to keep things, close and sensitive, but the news is full of things that are not sensitive, and they release, like, who got murdered and who killed who. So I would think a decomposing body that's been decomposing for 6 months under the nose of everyone would be newsworthy. That was about a year and a half ago, and still no news article about that. So if you're gonna take anything from this video, trust your nose. And if you think you're gonna die, please contact someone. Just anyone. Anything at all. Even if you don't have anyone to talk to. Just write a little note that says, I might be dying soon, so clean up after me. Oh, and don't forget to take out the trash. I had some leftover lasagna that I left in the fridge, and that doesn't smell that good. So if nobody takes out that trash, then that lasagna is gonna be stinking up the neighborhood block. Oh, and definitely clean up my body parts, because that will probably smell too if nobody takes care of that. And that's where I'm gonna end this episode. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Toilet Talk, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch. Be sure to check out any of the other videos that I've done, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't. I mean, actually I should say consider subscribing, because that just sounds a little bit nicer. Now, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, and I'm gonna do another awesome Toilet Talk video if I get that 100 subscribers, and I'm super excited about that. It's gonna be gross, and it's gonna be weird, so hopefully I'll get to do that soon. But anyway, I'm just rambling now, so thank you all so much for watching again. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.